A 2,000-head dairy farm in Covington, New York, has opened the state's first co-digestion biogas-to-energy plant. Using both animal and food waste to produce biogas as fuel for a GE Jenbacher gas engine, the Synergy Biogas plant generates 1.4 megawatts of renewable electricity for daily operations and the grid. By producing biogas from dairy cow manure, along with waste from local food processors, Synergy Dairy generates enough electricity per year to power nearly 1,000 homes, while reducing the farm's greenhouse gas emissions. The new biogas plant is improving stewardship of valuable farmland for future generations and helping to create a more sustainable agricultural sector for the state.
This is the largest power-producing farm digester in the state of New York. It's it's the largest, I think, commercial digester in the state of New York. Basically, we take waste from the farm, which is the manure, and we take food-grade waste from other facilities that would have to dispose of that waste on land. We mix those two wastes and we pasteurize it. And this process here in this Synergy Biogas plant has a pasteurization step. So we actually pasteurize all those wastes. We put those wastes into a digester, and then the digester then ends up making methane gas. And that methane gas is then burnt in the GE engine. That GE engine then puts that power onto the grid. And the process then is a unique circle. And the power going onto the grid, we actually take the heat off the digester and the heat off the engine and heat the process. So that's a cogeneration process. And that process works well. The renewable energy that this plant generates is actually two functions. One is we were throwing waste on the ground, and that waste made methane and gave off CO, which then polluted the air. Second thing that this biogas plant does is it burns that waste methane, so it doesn't have to burn natural gas and other fossil fuels. So it actually is a tremendous benefit to the community. We're making energy 24/7. And that's where we are a baseload plant to the system. And the utilities much like to have baseload plants because they can count on us to have power all the time. GE Jenbacher is very good to work with. We use their product basically exclusively in Europe. The Jenbacher engine has very low emissions. It's made ready for biogas plants, and the engine's made very well. John Noble and his staff and the other partners in Synergy Dairy were really easy to work with and good to work with, very progressive farmers. They wanted to do something right for the environment, which made it very easy for us to work with them.
We look at this as a long-term investment in this region, in this area, for these families that are invested in this business. Many of us have been here multiple generations, and we see sustainability, doing the right thing, stewardship for the ground is the most important thing that we can do in our generation, and hopefully we take that same thought process and impart that to the next generation. The capital investment for this type of project is well beyond the means of what we do, and what we do is make milk and produce milk for the consumer. And this, having a partnership like this, allows us to do greater things together than we could individually. So partnering with Synergy Biogas has allowed us to make that quantum step in stewardship.